Hey YouTube, welcome to the Twinflame Collective Energy Reading for September 2020. This could go for some of you into October, but I'm setting the timeline for September to look into the overall energy. I pulled the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed for those of you who want to know what decks I'm using. The first set of cards that I pulled before we started the camera is from the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. So the overall energy of this reading is showing that the Six of Fire is coming through to me. Of course, this is a card about getting attention. It can be a card of success. But this is coming through to me in this card as ascension, because you can see the hot air balloon. It's ascending higher, right above the clouds. There's other balloons behind it, and I feel that this is collective energy for the Divine Feminine, because the next card out was the Empress. The Empress is the Divine Feminine. This is Taurus or Libra energy, but she has come to represent the Divine Feminine because she is the epitome of all four queens: earth, air, fire, and water. So I feel like for some of you, you have ascended higher than your divine masculine, okay? And you're starting to recognize that he is not vibrating on the same frequency that you are, okay? You've ascended above spiritually where he is, okay? Then we have the Six of Water. This tells me that you've been longing for things to come together. You've been really reflecting and focusing your energy in on your twin flame, okay? Whether you're masculine or feminine energy, whoever the feminine is in this connection is ascending higher. And I feel that you've been ascending higher, but you're starting to recognize how this person not putting the work in that you've put in is kind of holding you back, okay? The Empress doesn't chase. So this is for those of you in divine connections, divine feminines, who have learned through this journey that you need to be in a receptive energy, okay? Because the divine feminine is supposed to receive the attention, okay? This card does represent getting attention, so you could be getting a lot of attention from others right now. They could really be seeing the light that comes from the divine feminine. I'm not saying that your masculine doesn't see it, not saying that he's not doing his own work, but a lot of the masculines are going through a very karmic time, and a lot of them with the Mars retrograde are deeply affected. The last card pulled again is the Six of Water. This is the soulmate returning card. So I do feel that for those of you in separation, your masculine is going to be returning to you very soon, okay? But the energy also from this card, for those of you who are starting to wake up to the idea that you are a whole lot higher spiritually, you're vibrating on a completely different frequency at this time from your masculine, you're going to come out of this energy a little bit, okay? He is going to return to you if you are in separation, because you will always end up with the person you're meant to end up with. But the journey for Twin Flame is more about you. It's about your healing. It's about awakening. It's about enlightenment. And it's about raising the vibration of the planet. So if your twin is in this crazy energy with the Mars retrograde, you know, this isn't for all of you, but a lot of you will resonate with this. You cannot take on that energy, okay? Because it's going to cause you to drop to their level, okay? So you have to keep your frequency high and keep ascending and continue to manifest for the collective, right? So that being said, hopefully you understood that, and I'll try to explain more as I go. I'm going to pull from the, I have a new deck, and I'm going to use that today for the tarot spread. It's the Lightseers deck, the Lightseers Tarot by Chris Ann. And we're going to use that to look into this further, okay? So basically what I'm saying here, for those of you who, I'm not sure why the words aren't coming out right, but the energy is you've put a lot of time and energy into this person. You've also put a lot of time and energy into yourself, and you've done the healing work. So the universe is wanting to bless you, okay? But the problem is you are very, very focused on your divine counterpart, your twin flame, and have been for so long that you're starting to feel kind of cheated in this situation. Now, we also know right before we come into union, the devil's going to come harder, and he's going to make us think that this isn't going to happen, and we're going to feel like we're going through a dark night of the soul. We're going to feel like, we can't continue to do this anymore. And then boom, it usually happens. So we'll have a follow-up reading in October and see where, or right before October, to see where we're going here with this connection. But I kind of am more focused on the Divine Feminine for this reading. I may even title it Divine Feminine rather than just a twin flame reading because she is forefront in the overall energy. She has done the work. She is balanced. Well, I say she's balanced. She is balancing, okay? Because you cannot be balanced if all of your energy and all of your focus is on one person. So I think you're starting to see that. You're starting to see that you have ascended faster and much higher than your counterpart. And you still have work to do, okay? You can't allow whatever they're going through at this time to lower your vibration. You have to keep ascending higher. 2020 is not the time to start going backwards, okay? You're very much needed. Your light work is needed, okay? So for those of you who are coming out of a dark night of the soul, I feel that this is for you, okay? Let's look at the tarot. Let's see what Spirit has for us. Archangel Michael, I've called into this reading. He's the leading angel, period. He's God's top angel, archangel, but he also leads the Twin Flame Collective. So we're going to see what messages are most important for these connections at this time. Holy Spirit, holy angels, archangels of light, spirit guides and ancestors, allow me to be a clear channel for the Twin Flame Collective. Allow me to clearly communicate the messages that are most important, and please draw those twin flames to this video that need to see this at this time. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, Spirit. I'm trying to get my sage to burn. I don't know why this is not burning like it usually does. Okay, let's get started. Holy Spirit, holy angels, archangel Michael, please allow me to see what is coming for September 2020 for the Twin Flame Collective. What do we need to know? Show me what we need to know. The first card out is the Ten of Swords. Okay, so you have really been through it. You feel that this person, this connection, this journey has left you feeling betrayed, tired, not just tired physically, but energetically tired. And it's a 10, okay? The 10 of Swords tells me that you've really been through it, but this is ending, okay? This is you coming out of that energy of being beat down and feeling used, feeling, just drained of yourself, and you need to recharge that energy, and you need to get your life force back charged and ready to go. Spirit, angels. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups with the Hanged Man. Some of you could be dealing with the Pisces. Doesn't have to be, but the Hanged Man is a major arcana card for Pisces. This tells me that there is a great love here, unconditional love with the Ace of Cups, the holy grail of love, okay, which is twin flame energy all day long. But this person is causing a delay because they are stuck energetically. They're not moving. They're not taking action. Some of you may be dealing with a fire sign, or it doesn't have to be a fire sign or Scorpio, because the Aries and Scorpio are ruled by Mars. But if you are dealing with a Scorpio or Aries, it could be even more powerful, the shift, the difference before Mars retrograde to now, right? Either way it goes, there is a stuck energy here for this love being expressed or shared, or feeling this love at this time. Scorpio's on the bottom of the deck, by the way, so some of you are dealing with a Scorpio. But that also says death and rebirth, so it could mean that your divine masculine is going through an intense transformation at this time, which would make sense. Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords. This has caused you to become mentally entrapped in your own mind. It's a prison of your own making. Only you can free yourself. You can see the ravens. They're trying to unbind her, okay? But she has a blindfold on. She isn't seeing the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that no matter what, you will not lose what's meant for you, okay? You will be with the person that you're meant to be. You will come into union. Getting trapped in your head about how it happens or trying to control the outcome, right, is not the way to go about it. It's going to leave you feeling stuck in your mind space, right? So you may not be stuck energetically, but you are entrapped in your own constant thinking of this person. And I feel that you're really tired of that, because you have her looking at herself here. It's like she is the mirror to herself rather than the twin mirroring going on. She's seeing that this is not where she wants to be. She doesn't want to be thinking about this person all the time when they're not giving her what she needs, emotionally and otherwise, okay? She wants to take what she's learned from Spirit, from this journey, and she wants to go out into the world and help others, okay? Maybe she wants to help other twins like herself and, support them through their journey. Maybe she wants to do readings like I'm doing now, or, some type of spiritual counseling. But she's starting to see that this is not her making her dreams come true. This is her becoming entrapped in the when and why hasn't it happened yet, and what is he doing, or where is this going, right? She has to come out of that. That's not the energy that was meant for her. When she has ascended so high, it's taking her backwards, okay? It's taking her in the wrong direction. This air balloon is leading, okay? So to me, this represents all the divine feminines ascending higher and higher. The masculines are going through something because it's meant for them to. Everything is in divine timing and divine order, okay? But most of you as feminines were awakened first, okay? So you've already done a lot of healing work. You've already been through the things that the masculine is probably going through now. And it's not meant for you to lower your vibration to help them through it. It's meant for you to continue to listen to Spirit and ascend higher and learn and become even more at a soul level who you were created to be, so that you can do the work and lay the foundation. And then when you and your masculine come together, you will do work together, right? And you'll continue the healing together. But right now, are you going to just sit around and be stuck in your head? Or are you going to take the gift that God has given you of the awakening and everything that you've learned and everything that you've healed, and are you going to help others, right? Or are you going to chase after your dreams? Everybody has their own life path, their own mission. The Twin Flame mission is not the only life mission for the Divine Feminine. She wouldn't be called the Divine Feminine if that's the only job assigned to her in this life, okay? It's a very important one. I'm not knocking that at all. But I think it's the energy here, the Divine Feminine is starting to realize that it's time to really focus on making her dreams come true. Going after and crushing her goals. Because you're going to come together with your counterpart regardless, okay? But you can't drag yourself down, you're going to start going backwards energetically. Yeah, I saw this card, so I know it was meant to come out. The Ace of Swords. This is that aha moment. This is that clarity. This is where you start seeing, you know, it's like the doors of your mind are starting to open and the light is shining, showing you exactly what you've been doing wrong, okay? Just because this masculine is stuck, hanging upside down, not wanting to gain a new perspective, not wanting to make or take any action towards union, doesn't mean that you have to sit around and be trapped in your mind, okay? This is spirit, this is the universe coming in and opening up your mind, okay? Opening up the doors of your mind to the possibilities, because it's all fated, okay? Before we incarnated into this life, we agreed, we made a contract with spirit, with God, to do work, not just the twin flame journey. We have our own spiritual calling, right? You're the Empress. The Empress doesn't chase, and she sure doesn't sit at home waiting for, you know, some guy to awaken and decide that he wants to join up with her. She gets out there and she lives her life. She does whatever she wants to do, whatever she's led. She is led by spirit. She is not led by this masculine at this time. She is a leader, okay? Not saying that the masculine will not lead when it's time for him to do so, but right now, you know, she's the one that's leading the collective. Then we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, you can see in this depiction, she's out at sea by herself and she's contemplating her next move. She's learned a lot. She's very wise, and she's about to go out into the world and see exactly what her soul is calling her to do. This is about divine feminine, okay? This is not just about these two coming into union. And then we have our counterpart at the bottom of the deck, the King of Swords. So he's on his own journey. You can see these two are meant to be together, but they're not together right now for a reason. They each have their own spiritual path to take separately before they come together. This also makes me feel like union is very, very close, right? Within 3 to 6 months for most of you, maybe even sooner. I feel it. I can feel it in the cards. All right, so let's use the Twin Flame Tarot by Queen of Light 1111 and Mystic Moon to see how we're going to leave the month of September feeling. A solid offer. Ace of Earth. There it is. There's the offer that you've been waiting for. And what it took was you to free yourself from this mental prison, to walk away from the wounding and the resentment caused by what the divine masculine didn't do for you all of these months or years that you've been waiting and, you know, learning about spiritual things to help him or to draw him in to join you in this journey. It has been so much work, and you're walking away from that now, okay? And the ravens are going with you because they know that you have an important journey. There's still a huge holy grail of love here, right center of the reading, okay? You're still holding this connection, this person in your heart space. You are not stepping out of unconditional love. You are only detaching from this energy of waiting, okay? This is the Hanged Man. This is the energy of waiting. And it looks to be a feminine that's hanging there, not the masculine. You have to free yourself from that hanging position and go out and follow. You have been divinely guided to this journey, and that doesn't stop. You're still being divinely led. So you've been hanging here and your soul is screaming at you, this is not what we're here to do, okay? He's going to come around, he or she, depending on who's watching this, when it's time, okay? But what's going to bring them in is you freeing yourself from this constant thinking about them and overthinking, right? God's giving you the clarity that you need now. all you have to do is go out into the world and let your angels guide you to bring in this solid offer. This is the Ace of Earth. This is huge. So for some of you, this could be a gift of money, but for most of you, this is the offer that you've been waiting for. You had to get yourself out of this. You had to love yourself enough to not sit around and wait for this, okay? It's the knowing, it's the confidence, it's the faith that you know that you will be together, that you don't have to sit around waiting, okay? Get out and live your life. There's nothing that you have to control here. God is in control. Archangel Michael is in control, okay? There are angels working in the background, spirit guides, ancestors, all trying to bring this union together, but there's healing that has to be done. For most of you, you don't want this masculine right now the way he is, because God is working on him, but he's getting there, right? He is getting there, and he is the divine masculine, even though he doesn't always appear to be. And I just noticed something. The two decks that I've used, it's the King of Swords and the King of Cups. So for a lot of you watching this, your masculine could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, and their sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or Mars. And for others of you, an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, possibly even both for some of you. And the offer is here, and it's always been here. No matter if you're stuck in your head, absolutely driving yourself crazy for no reason, no matter if you are feeling completely betrayed and alone, no matter if you've been stuck, you're still going to come together when it's time, okay? And I think for most of you, that's what you need to understand. You have done the work. They haven't. You were meant to ascend at this time, not hold space for them and wait for them to get to you. You keep going higher, okay? And that in turn is going to bring them higher in a higher vibration so that they can get in alignment with this journey, in alignment with your energy, and get to work with you. Bottom of the deck, divine assistance. You have divine assistance, okay? Your spirit guides, your angels, the archangels, spirit, the universe is working with you and working with your twin. There's nothing else you have to do here for them. Now it's time for you to get out there and let your guides guide you to your journey until this comes together. And it's really beautiful energy. This is the divine feminine realizing who she is, okay? How powerful she is, how important she is to others that need her guidance, that need her wisdom, that need her love and nurturing. Not just this one person. This is you becoming balanced. You have been out of balance for so long because all you could do was long for this person and think about this person, okay? There's no way you can be balanced when your focus is all on one individual. You know people who are always at work, like they work. They have no idea what's going on with their family or friends. They're out of balance, okay? Because they're putting all of their focus into one energy, which is work. The Empress is not doing that. She's very balanced. She balances the elements earth, air, fire, and water. And she attracts everything that's meant for her to her. She doesn't have to chase it. She already knows. It's that inner knowing that it belongs to her, it's meant for her. So why does she have to chase it? Why does she have to wait and put her life on hold when it's coming anyway, when it's supposed to, right? So if you're doing that, don't do that. Pretty simple. Yeah, destiny's calling you, right? That's what the card said, destiny calls. You have divine assistance. All of heaven and other realms are helping you come together. So there's another calling for you at this time. It's not a bad thing. It's a wonderful thing. Okay, so we're going to use the Twinflame Journey Oracle by Mystic Moon Oracles and look and see exactly what's going on here. Let's start with the Divine Feminine. What has the Divine Feminine been through? What is going on? What has led them to this point? Spirit, Archangel Michael, show me where they've been recently. Wow, things flying out. Well, a lot of you have been wearing a mask, okay? And then you've been bound to continue to wear that mask out of fear that if you show your authentic self, if you speak up about how you feel or what you need, that you'll lose this connection, right? And what I always say to you is if you are in fear of losing someone or losing something that's meant for you, that's wasted energy, okay? You've already lost if you're in fear of it, right? You can't be someone who you're not. That's not how this works. Your twin is going to recognize you and feel comfortable with you, and you're going to feel like home to them when you be who you truly are, right? And that's not to say that you act irrationally. You're still going to come from a place of unconditional love, but you're not going to be bound to the masculine, okay? You're not going to be bound to this lower energy, this lower vibration that he's going through right now at his beck and call. You're not. You're going to free yourself. Contemplation. I feel this is the masculine. He is also contemplating what all of this means, okay? Trying to soul search and connect with spirit in his own way. And you can see that here because the way I pulled the cards, he falls right under this Queen of Swords, who is also looking out into the water, contemplating where they've been, what they've been through, and what it all means and why. So it's led them to this point, okay, where they are on two separate journeys, right? Here's her divine counterpart at the bottom. That's what's hidden from her. He also is going through a rite of passage in his own way. He just hasn't ascended to the level that she is spiritually, but God is working on him, okay? The universe is preparing him for this union. Now let's look at your divine masculine specifically. Specifically, what do we need to see about the divine masculine at this time, spirit? Okay, he is recognizing who you are to him. He's recognizing and starting to understand this connection is unlike any other connection. It's very spiritual. It's very fated. And you're finally getting the recognition. You know, that's also another meaning of this card is being recognized for who you are in a wonderful way, like really being held up on a pedestal for who you are. He may be spending time with family or working on family issues, trying to get everything balanced there before he comes in, okay, healing family issues. But he knows you're his soulmate. He knows that you're the one, right? There's no question about it. No question. So let's see, why is he not talking? Bottom of the deck, by the way, is tribe, and that's what this is about. I feel that this is the collective being affected by our divine feminines at this time. We have to get ourselves balanced. We cannot put all of our energy into one person. We have to start putting some of that energy into us and being the best version of ourselves, because we have a mission to carry out. And you're not going to help anyone else do this the right way if you're not doing what you know is right to make this twin flame mission successful, okay? So let's look at the hidden truth oracle, because I want to know, if the masculine is recognizing you and trying to heal family issues and knows that you're the one, I mean, what the hell is he doing? Where is he at? So let's see what he has to say. Show me, Spirit, what the divine masculine would say to his feminine at a soul level. What is his higher self telling us? He is recognizing that his life is not together as it seems, right? My life is not as together as it seems. So maybe you have this illusion, right, that his life is more together than it is, but it really truly is not. And then he says, I feel you leaving me behind. I feel like that's a distorted you know, that's an insecurity. I don't feel that you have left him behind, okay? You may have detached a little bit because you had to. You can't stay hanging like this forever, right? So it's natural that you would detach. The Queen of Swords represents that detachment. She is a detached queen, okay? She's been through a lot. She's very wise. She doesn't accept crumbs and bullshit. She's not going that way, okay? That can leave him contemplating, because that falls right under this. Do you even care anymore, right? But I feel it's needed, okay? So don't rush in and try to save them. This is exactly what's going to wake them up, okay? What else, Spirit? Why do they have to keep flying on the floor? Songs remind me of you. So, yeah, they're probably going through a dark night of the soul, okay? They're probably in their feelings. You've been feeling that, and it's been dragging you down. It's time for you to detach enough that you are not so focused on their energy, okay? Bottom of the deck, this is why I am afraid to contact you. And that's also why I say don't rush out and be the one to contact them right away. And that's not usually what I tell you, but something has shifted here. I feel that it's time for them to go through this on their own. Just like the feminine had to go through it on her own with her spirit guides, with the archangels. Maybe her friends helped her through it. The divine masculine needs to also go through his rite of passage at this time. It's just the order of things. It's divine order. You can't fight it. You're just going to leave yourself exhausted. You can't fight divine order and divine timing. It's like fighting the universe. So let's look at the fairies by Brian Froud, the Fairies Oracle. Sometimes they're elementals, so it gives us a different messages. I love this deck. I've not used this deck. I haven't had it very long, so I haven't used this for a Twinflame collective. I did in a personal reading for a client, a friend of mine that's a client that's a Twinflame, but I'm excited to use this for the collective. See what comes out. Whoa. The Lamb came out with Sylvanus and the Singer of Connection. How fitting. Bottom of the deck is Indy. Okay. Bottom of the deck is Indy, number 63. Let's read it from the book. So the bottom of the deck is usually what's hidden from us or what we don't know yet, okay? It's just not, it's not in the month of September, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. It's still out there in the energetic realms, right? So Indy is wishy-washy. This is indecision, wishy-washy, commitment, decision-making. It says, if you don't get him on the wish, you might catch him on the wash, but probably not, because by the time you think you've gotten a commitment from him, he's swung the other way again. Poor Indy, he can't decide between this and that, or is that and this. If he just had